Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Z Nation. This week we got to see Season 1, Episode 6, which was called Resurrection. Okay, and as always, my reviews do contain spoilers. For anyone who missed the episode, you may or may not want to watch this. So, as you guys know, been very impressed with Z Nation so far in the series. Wasn't sure about it when it first started off, but kind of got used to the style and have just really been enjoying it as a lot of fun, pretty much. Just a fun, silly show. Not a show that you can take as seriously as something like, of course, The Walking Dead or, a lot of other serious dramas that are out there. Just a silly, fun, zombie apocalypse type show. This episode right here was an interesting one for me because I didn't think they were going to do what they did, which major spoilers. They kill off pretty much the main character of the show, I want to say, Charlie, who is... He looks a lot like Rick from The Walking Dead, quite a bit, and he's kind of their leader of their group. So now I'm not saying he's entirely like him in every way. There's no Carl or anything like that. So he's his own unique character. He's a different character, but there are some feels I get that he is taken from, or kind of a clone of Rick in some cases. That said, though, yeah, they killed him off the series already, which I found to be very surprising because the first season is going to be 12 episodes, and I think 12 or 13. Well, the wiki says 12, so 12 or 13, whatever, that's quite a bit. And when you consider that we're only at episode 6, it's only halfway through the first season. So I don't know. Now, it seems that they're not doing a mid-season finale. When I look at the dates, October 24th will be the next episode. So they're not going to take a huge break. They're going to just blast right through it to the end of November. Then the series will pretty much be done for the first season. And we'll hear whether or not they're going to be doing another whole season. So I guess we'll have to see how that goes and kind of where the show goes from here. This episode was an episode that had a huge impact on the overall outlook of the series because they didn't at all do what I thought they were going to do with the show, which was to keep him around and have him be sort of their main lead type character. And this show has done that a couple times now. From the beginning, we thought that one character who was helping Murphy get to California, we thought he was going to be kind of like the leader character. Now in this case, we thought Charlie, or at least I did, was going to be alive for a long time and be a really core character to the group. And of course, in this episode, just out of nowhere seemingly, not facing off against a villain that was more fearsome than we've seen before, not facing off against somebody who we felt like probably was that intimidating or anything like that, just gets killed off basically out of the chaos of the zombie apocalypse world, pretty much. Now, in terms of the villains of this episode, I did like the villains. I did like the whole concept. Just to sum it up for anyone who missed it and doesn't care about spoilers, they pretty much find a community. They join this community, and then after that, a couple members that had left that community return to it, and we hear about, or we see this kind of cult that the title of the episode is Resurrection, and they're basically like a zombie apocalypse cult where they have sort of a religious point of view. They have like church and they have these assemblies, and they take zombies and they like chain them up and make them listen to sermons and things. It's really weird type of zombie apocalypse type cult that seemed to have evolved out of our normal religions of the regular world. So very extreme, very crazy, kind of including these zombies in with their sort of way of living, or the way they do things. And as such, we see them pretty much, allow a few members back into this community that our main core group is staying at, and then they turn out to be still part of this cult and sacrifice themselves, or, do a few things to let those cult members in. And before you know it, there's a huge outbreak of zombies inside this compound that was perfectly safe originally. And then basically we see, a pretty exciting standoff scene at the end for, at least like maybe the last quarter of the episode, really good. And then the main character in the entire series get killed off. So yeah, it's not the first time they've done it. They've done it once before in Z Nation, but I definitely didn't expect to see it here. Now that puts us kind of in a weird position because it he was one of my favorite characters in the show. So that said, I don't know how the group is going to feel without him. I don't know how it's going to feel in terms of survival, in terms of the rest of the season. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm still going to watch it. It hasn't put me to the point where I don't want to watch it anymore because my favorite character was killed off. We're still kind of just getting to know the characters as we go at this point. We're only 6 episodes in, so we don't know them all that well. Even him, when we think about him, we don't really know him that well. We get what he's about. We get him, but we don't know him all that well so far. So where are they going to go from here with the series? This one, is a weird one to me. I really don't know. The feel of the series is strange too, because in this episode you have a very serious character death, and then sometimes they mix in other concepts like zombie tornadoes and things like that, which was a lot of fun. And it's a weird rhythm where they're kind of having a lot of real fun episodes, then they have these other ones where you have serious character deaths and that kind of stuff. So it's a weird mix, but it keeps you on your toes with this kind of formula and what they've shown they're going to be doing with the series or what they've done so far. You can never really feel comfortable that a character is going to survive because they're killing characters off just kind of at will. You can't really say, okay, because this character is a fan favorite, they're not going to kill them, they're safe, or because that character. Really, we don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen. And also, if the group is to get to California, what's going to happen with Murphy? Is there going to be any kind of positive outcome from what these other characters have sacrificed, the people they've lost, and what's happened to them? Is there going to be any kind of payoff for the hard work they've done? I guess we'll have to wait and see. In terms of score, I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't earth-shattering. It wasn't, like one of the best episodes they've done so far. But it certainly had the biggest death we've had in an episode so far that I still don't really know how I feel about it. It definitely keeps us on edge, but he was one of the best characters in the series. So, I'm kind of impartial. I don't want to say I liked it. Don't want to say I hated it. It's a weird one. So if you guys checked out the episode, or if you've even seen a little bit of Z Nation, what do you think about them killing off pretty much their lead, I want to say? Let me know what you think about the series and the longevity. Do you think it'll get a second season, or do you think it's kind of a one-shot, 12, 13 episode type deal, and then they'll probably finish it off by the end of the season? At the pacing they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if the series was over after 12 episodes and they weren't going to do any more. I would not be surprised from that at all, because it is so fast-paced. We meet groups and they get killed off all within one episode. Whereas with something like The Walking Dead, we're used to meeting a group and having them be around for a whole season, 8 episodes, who knows how many episodes, rather than just meeting them over. It's pretty crazy. So let me know what you guys think about the fast-pacedness and kind of the mix of Z Nation, what you think about the series, and of course, what you think about the huge character death. Anyway, if you like this quick little review, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it, please favorite it, and I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.